Vincent Rague, non-executive board member of St. Paul's Property Trust. It's a pleasure to be speaking with you.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Vincent, you've been on the ground, you're in East Africa. Well, you've done much beyond that, of course, but tell us a little bit about the real estate market here. What's been going on? I mean, it seems to me wherever you turn, developments are going up. How do you characterize it?
Yeah. First of all, this is an exciting real estate market.
Yes.
And over the last 10 years, it's had a very good run. And people have made some very good returns in that market. You're starting to see the market get more sophisticated, get diversified, and professionalized. And so for those people who have made a good return in this market, it's time, like any good investor, to take some profits off the table. And for them, the question becomes, what do you do with the money you take off the table? Interest rates around the treasury bills have come down dramatically. And so people are thinking that they should keep that money in real estate. But we think that as a good investor, it's time to begin to diversify risk.
So when you're talking about diversification, what are you talking about? I'm a real estate investor. I've made a bundle here in Kileleshwa. What are you suggesting?
See, traditionally, for most high net worth individuals in Kenya, was to look outside, whether it's Dubai, UK, or US. Those are the three primary markets, plus South Africa. But what they tend to do is go and buy a property in their own name or in a company that they own. But that has its own hassles. You have to look after the house, you have to maintain it, you have to collect rent. So we at St. Paul's are offering an alternative.
So tell us what the alternative is.
The alternative is to have a vehicle that takes the hassle of investing out of your hands. It provides you exposure to the UK real estate market into an asset class that you would not otherwise have on your own. So that's the first big attraction. The second is that the UK market provides you with a stable, reliable yield or return, if you to put it in a layman's language, on your investment. So you can put in an investment, stay in the real estate market, put into an investment that gives you a predictable return, as real estate tends to do, and in a market that Kenyans are generally comfortable investing in.
So let me just go back to this point you're making. I mean, I'm an investor. Typically, these markets would have been only open to people with a certain amount of money.
Absolutely.
Not everyone can afford to buy a £500,000 property, and £500,000 doesn't probably get you in the city of London anymore.
Absolutely.
So the point you're making is, you're bringing this risk diversification to whom? What size ticket do you have to write to invest in St. Paul's Property Trust?
I think, Ali, can you bring up a good point? For when people think about investing out of Kenya, they think about the super rich. We are looking at the average middle class, people with good income that have some spare cash to invest and don't have £500,000 to invest. So St. Paul's is putting a vehicle in place that allows you with £1 million shillings to be able to have exposure to the UK market. And as they say, become a landlord to the UK.
Pretty impressive.
Absolutely. So we think that this is attractive to those people who have some spare cash and are looking for exposure in real estate in an asset that is quite attractive. Yes.
And you're getting the liquidity.
You're getting
being
liquidity.
Able to trade in and out.
Just imagine it, when you buy your own house, if you want to sell that house, you have to find a broker to put it on the market and advertise, and you're carrying all those costs. And it may take time, depending on the conditions in the market. It could take you a month or a year. Here, we're providing a vehicle that gives you instant liquidity because St. Paul's will be listed on the Nairobi Stock Exchange. So when you feel you want to exit the market, you just go to your local broker and sell your shares.
That's extraordinary.
And I think that's
So
compelling.
£1 million shilling entry point.
Absolutely.
And a daily liquidity when the market's open.
I think it's a compelling proposition.
Yes.
Wouldn't you agree?
I do. That's why.
Yes.
Just tell us a little bit about who St. Paul's are and what attracted you, somebody who's sitting here in Nairobi, to go on the board.
Well, first of all, I'm in the investment field.
Yes.
As you know, I'm part of Catalyst.
That's
Principal
right. This is where
Partners.
we are today.
Yes, which is a private equity fund manager based in Nairobi. We look to invest in opportunities within the East African market. Personally, I have exposure to real estate through my previous work. And so when I look at the real estate market, I start to look at the fundamentals that would make it a good investment opportunity. So when Richard and his team came to the market and started talking, I listened to their proposition. And as I said at the beginning, looking at where the Kenyan market is and where it is going, even locally is going to become very difficult for the average mwananchi to be able to invest in real estate unless they have big money. Because the idea of buying your own piece of land, putting up your own house, is becoming a hassle for the average person. And so we're trying to put together, in fact, when you look at the team, it's a team of professionals that have been in the real estate market for a long time and have succeeded in investing in real estate. So for me, the attraction was the team that was put together, a team of real estate professionals that understand the opportunities and the risks of investing in real estate, and two, the proposition of diversification, as I talked about. And so for me, as an investment professional, this was the attraction. The reputation of the people, the professionalism, and the opportunity. And that's why I teamed up with the team. For the Kenyans who are serious about investing, I think St. Paul's is a compelling proposition and is worth looking at seriously.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vincent.
Thank you.
Pleasure.